Okay, I am live again. I'm late, not because I woke up late and I didn't make my bed or anything. I'm late because there's a conference going on right now. Welcome to Comic Book Curious Network's Writing a Book Challenge Day 4. I'm a member of a network called the Impact Guild, and the Impact Guild is actually media professionals that want to do social impact. Social impact meaning wanting to make the world a better place with their skills. So that's happening right now. So I was listening to this really fascinating conversation about Web 3.0, how it's Wild West out there. And already there's going there it's supposed to be democratizing online behavior and media, but it's not. It's already now turning into rich people get richer and poor people don't have much. So I thought that was very interesting. So I thought it was interesting and enough to push back starting this day for writing challenge. Updates about this day for about this writing challenge. So those of you who are watching, or there's nobody watching. So for myself, in the future, for posterity, I started a book a while ago, maybe 8 months ago, maybe a year ago. I don't know. I can't remember. And it just sat there. I tried to hire, and cut in some people to write it for me, but no one loves your baby more than you. Didn't happen. So I am writing it in the next 26 days. I will be close to done. And by 60 days, I will be completely done. If I'm not completely done this book in 60 days, ready to submit it, I will donate to Mitch McConnell's campaign. And those of you who know me, which is the one person on there, hi, one person, uh, I am not a fan of Mitch McConnell at all. Very, very, very much not a fan of that human. Well, you're gone. That was quick. I guess I shouldn't talk about political stuff, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to. Um, day 4. Day 4. Let's check it out. Let's see what the email says. Um, I'm gonna pull it up on my email. Cool. Here we go. I will share my screen. How's that sound? I'm so glad that you can see nobody's here. That makes me very comfortable that this is just for me. Okay, Kristen will be joining us. That's an update. She will be joining us. Her baby boy is sick today, but she will be working with alongside me creating this and editing it. Um, day 4. His name is Joshua Sprague. When it comes to books, I like to move fast. It's hard to believe, but we're already here and it's only day 4. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about the outline of your book. That's right. If you've been keeping up with your assignments, then by the end of today, you're going to have the chapters of your book completed. And if you've been keeping up, go back and look at the consequence you committed to. Clock is ticking. Alrighty, let's do this. So, yesterday we finalized the big book idea creation formula. Did you get some feedback? What changes did you make? Feel free to hit reply and share your right here. Now that you have a book statement, we're going to use it to create what I call the bestsellers book structure. It all starts with using the statement to create your book chapters. I explain all of it in this document right here. Once you've read it through, go ahead and get to work. This should take less than 30 minutes. Your assignment today: read through the bestseller book structure document, implement each one of these steps, and follow the exact formulas inside it to create your chapters. Celebrate your book has its chapters. Extra credit, reply to this email with your chapters. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you a deceptively simple way to exactly know what goes in each chapter. Let's go. Follow your higher calling. Joshua, momentum is fun. Sprague. Cool. Let's check it out. Here we are. Google Docs. The bestseller book structure. Here it goes, everybody. Actually, let me tell people on Discord that I am, whoa, that I am, let's say here. What's this say? There's my Discord. Awesome, Frank. Today, and then we'll get feedback. Frank is running my Discord, our Discord, not mine at all, and is an amazing human. Uh, so grateful he's part of the crew. Let me tell these people that I am live. Who? Okay, team represent. Okay, 3 o'clock. Okay, cool. We're gonna go to chat. Um, I am live writing the book. Today is how to create your chapters. Comic Book Curious Network. Can't see that. Okay, that was done. Let's go back. Let's do it. Okay, so here we go. Bestseller book structure. Let me download this puppy because I have already worked on this with Kristen. Pretty cool. Let's look through it. Now that we have a book idea formulated, now that we have the book idea formula created, we are going to take this sentence and use it to help us create the chapters of our book. Let's move on to the book outline formula. It goes, my book helps people with short attention spans and divergent learners or diverse learners. My book helps people with short attention spans and diverse learners. Son of a bitch. Let me pull it out. Let me pull out my book structure. Here it goes. I help people with short attention spans and diverse learners gain confidence in their powers and capacity to do great things in order to live their best lives. Okay, that's that. That's what I do. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. I help people with short attention spans and diverse learners gain confidence in their powers and their capacity to do great things in order to live their best lives. I'm proud of that. I hope that I can put it into the structure. So let's go back to the structure. Here we go. Um, where is it? It's right here. Okay, cool. The book structure. My book helps people with short attention spans and diverse learners gain confidence to to live their best lives. In order to teach short attention span people and diverse learners how to gain confidence. I prov I provide the result they want that they will need to understand. Okay, yes, cool. I have done this. Let's pull it out. Here we go. That's not it. 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 But we're close. Let's go. Nope, let's stay on this page, open a new page, and go to the outline chapter that we have, which is, I think you can see my screen, the outline chapter. Cool. We're going to go to here, and we're going to go to here, here, here. Up, wrong account. And we're going to go to the Google Drives up here. Ooh, the Toy Guild, the drive, and we're going to go to down here. You're going to get a chance to see my crazy, crazy data room. Superheroes on superheroes. That's where we're going. And here we go to the outline. Cool. Okay, cool. Chapter 1, be brave. Okay. So we will put everything on the line. We will stick it people will stick to their principles. You have to go against their odds and persevere in the face of adversity. Great. Lack of belief in oneself leads not to taking chances. Wonderful. Great, 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 great. Awesome. Okay, so that's great. So let's go to that's A. B would be, let's move this over. A B would be artists we love for their bravery. Superheroes have a lot to lose. Oh, this is great. We love Miley Cyrus for her bravery, Prince for his bravery, Beyonce for her bravery, Demi Lovato, Lady Gaga, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. Superheroes that have a lot to lose. Iron Man lost his team and is eventually his life. Scott and Jean could lose each other. Other examples of what superheroes had to lose. Superman and Lois. Remember when he kissed her and she lost her memory? My top 5 bravest moments: saying I love you first, taking a loved one about their addiction and their weight, accepting that he didn't need others' validation to be happy. Who's Brendan's? Nope. Being brave is having the heart to take a stand for what is right. Steve Rogers before he was Captain America. Iron Man using the gauntlet, etc. Wonderful. Cool. So, chapter 1, being brave. Chapter 2, invest in yourself. Chapter, never stop learning. Get a trainer or coach. Surround yourself with talented people. Take lessons. Keep growing. Everyone learns differently. Nate walks and listens to audiobooks. Some people learn by doing. What about you? Ken Robinson, the story about a girl is special. This is fantastic. This is really good. Chapter 3, practice. Chapter 4, talk is cheap, stay humble. Chapter 5, find your Justice League. Chapter 6, fight for what you believe in, don't get jaded. Chapter 7, be generous, nice, and funny. Chapter 8, adversity makes you stronger. Chapter 9, just do it, perseverance and tenacity. Yes, chapter 10, keep some secrets. Mystery is a good thing. Don't put yourself out on social media in every way. Chapter 11, master your craft. Be obsessed with making it and make it fun. Great. Chapter 12, take the stairs. Train, think long term. Don't look for the quick wins. Chapter 13, be accountable for everything. Just go all in. Make sure you spend most time doing what you love. Gosh, I'm so proud of this, guys. Chapter 14, dream big, manifest through visualization. If you dream it, speak it, it will happen. Chapter 15, find your Professor Xavier, your mentor. Everyone needs a mentor to help guide you. Batman and Robin gave Dick Grayson an outlet for his feelings. Chapter 16, travel and learn about other cultures and countries, be an X-Men. 17, fight for those with less than you. That is a great outline. This is great. I I actually this is what happened was I was just walking around writing just talking into my phone for days, maybe weeks, and I had Kristen go through my jumble, my "Hi, who's that? Who's Caillou is that KK? Caillou Ito? Is that KK? I hope it's a friend. How are you? Good to see you, Twitch this viewer. Hi. I'm so proud of this. I'm so proud of this. I hope that you think that it's something worth reading or listening to. Um I've done this already, which is the assignment. Let's go back to the assignment for day 4, which is in order to reach diverse learners and people with short attention spans, how to gain confidence, how to gain confidence. I got to get this down. I want to help people with short attention spans and diverse learners gain confidence in their powers and capacity to do great things in order to live their best lives. Let me say it again. I help people with short attention spans and diverse learners gain confidence in their powers and their capacity to do great things in order to live their best lives. So let's go back. Great. My book helps diverse learners and people with short attention spans gain confidence in their powers and their capacity to do great things in order to live their best lives. In order to teach people with diverse learnings and people with short attention spans how to gain confidence in their powers and gain confidence in their powers in order to live their best lives, I pr- I I provide the result they want. They will need to understand bravery. They will need to understand bravery. They will need to understand learning. They will need to understand practice. They will need to understand talk is cheap and staying humble. They will need to find their own team or Justice League. They will need to fight for what they believe in and don't get jaded. They will need to act authentically and stand up for what they believe in. That is very similar to the last one. Maybe we'll combine those chapters. Chapter 7, they will have to be generous and nice and funny. They will have to learn that adversity makes them stronger. They will have to learn that you have to just do it. Perseverance. It's similar. They will have to keep some secrets. They will have to and people Keep keep people yes, keep between things you and your closest people. Number letter C. They will have to master their crafts. They will have to take to the stairs. That's the same as perseverance. Maybe that's working hard. Working hard is different than perseverance. Perseverance is long term. Working hard is working hard. Be accountable for everything. Just go in all in. Same as working hard. A lot of these are can be a lot of these can fall into the same chapter. You need to dream big, manifest things. They will need to find their mentors, and they will need to travel, and they will need to fight for those with less. Great. Great. I'm very excited that we have those in place. We will move all of those around, but it really gives us a lot to go on. Okay, so let's work on the example we created from these previous section. If we were to fill in the first page, it would go like this. My book helps couples with kids bring passion back into their marriages. In order to teach married couples with kids how to bring passion back into their marriages so that they f- so that they feel deeply valued and desired in their relationships, they will need to understand, right? The first part frames our state of mind. We know the whole goal of the book is to help married couples with their passion to bring into their marriages. If the book is going to deliver on that result, chapters of the book should follow a logical progression that would help the reader accomplish that. That is what A to J letters are for. Those are chapter ideas. Is that KK that's online with us right now? Let me if that is you, KK, say something because I know that you, KK, want to write your own book. And if that's the case, you can jump on StreamYard with me. Is that you, KK? Is that Kaut? Because I know his name is Ko. So I wonder if that's a different. Hello? Anyway, uh, okay. Let's. Now, how do I? Cool. This is cool. I'm learning how to use StreamYard. So that's showing now. How do we get it not to show? Look at the different. Isn't this cool? Cool. Um, so let's dive into chapter. Let's go to the master of the book. So here's some examples. My book helps married couples with kids bring passion back into their marriage. They will need to understand the passionless marriage and the cost of divorce, painting the problem. They will need to understand why the passion fizzles once kids join the party. They will need to understand that your needs and values. They will need to understand your spouse's needs and values. They want to understand couples first, children second. They need to understand simple ways to bring back the sizzle. They will need to understand counting on courting your spouse. They will need to understand how to communicate with each other, weekly date nights, putting it all together. As you can see, these are things most likely a couple would need to understand in order to get from point A to Z. Now, I'm not an expert on this topic, so it needs some finessing, but you can see the progression of things they would need to understand and the solutions they would be outlined for them. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure about the the order. I created this order before, but it might be off. Trust me, if you use this book formula, pardon me, if you use this book formula and do these two pieces, you will be 95% ahead of most people trying to write a book. Now it's your turn. Put your book idea sentence into the outline formula and above and give it a go. Spend 20 to 30 minutes on this. It shouldn't take very long once you have the book idea. And congratulations, you now have your chapters. So instead of doing that, since we already have our chapters, let's go through the order and just walk through the chapters so I can have the chapters in our brain as we're moving forward. Okay. Um, chapter introduction. We did that yesterday. Be brave. We didn't do that yesterday. We actually did um don't get angry. um this is warm water, lemon, and Himalayan pink salt. I was listening to this book and they said that that is a great way to supercharge your body in the morning. And the salt makes it taste really good. I don't like lemon water so much, but when you put salt in, it's really good. Okay, so chapter 1, be brave. Lack of belief in oneself leads to not taking chances. That's true. That is very, very true. Um, getting hot in here. Let's let's just read through them all and maybe I'll highlight the ones that kind of go together. Whoa! I just shocked myself because of the static electricity. Wow, that was crazy. Okay, superheroes need superheroes need to have no fear or have control over their fear. They need to put everything on the line. They need to stick to their principles. They need to go against their odds. They need to persevere in the face of adversity. Well, this is chapter. This is we'll take this out because this goes to another chapter. And so is this going against odds. Ad, and they need to stick to their principles. That I believe is stay humble. So I think that what we'll do is be brave. Might this might really work out. Be brave might be kind of a overview of we can actually go all the things, all the other chapters take bravery. So we can reference all of the chapters maybe um uh we can do that. We can maybe list all the chapters that take bravery and then it would make sense because we will be giving an overview of what they need to do and then how they're going to do that. Lack of belief in oneself. Maybe we can talk about with that, we can talk about how the human brain, especially the male brain, doesn't fully form, fully stop growing. Always grows, but going through puberty, um, going through the warrior years till their young 20s. Um, until Superheroes. You know, as an 8th grade kid, I know this because I looked it up because I worked with middle school kids a bunch, and I looked this up. As a middle school kid, the 3 most important things the 3 most important things out of 5, 3 of the 5 most important things are about fitting in. See, you're in a you're in and boy, this was a rough time in my life. You're in a place where you wanna fit in, and you wanna be just different enough to be cool or to have your own identity. Um, but you also don't wanna make any waves. That's why having crew or a sport is so important. It could even be your gaming crew. But I would argue in person is better. Maybe not. Let me X that out. Um, how how do you go and find that crew? Leads to, I think, chapter 5, which is the Justice League. I don't know. I feel like maybe the Avengers because the Justice League has a clear boss. It's clearly, well, Batman is, I guess, smarter than Superman and is a tactician. So maybe there isn't a clear leader, but maybe y'all can tell me more about that because I don't know enough about that. I just watched the movies. I haven't watched all the cartoons and done all the reading. So that would be an interesting conversation for that. Talk about how the human brain doesn't stop fully growing until a war is returned. Superheroes seem to have no fear or no control over their fear. I think that to have no fear is s- sociopathic or something. I don't know how to spell that. But Google does. Um, Having control over their fear and facing their fear is the whole point, right? Everything on the line. They stick to their principles. Maybe not always. Maybe they don't. Artists we love for their bravery: Miley Cyrus, Prince, Beyonce, Demi Lovato, Lady Gaga, Ryan Reynolds. Who else, is really brave out there, um, that really goes out of their way to Mark Ruffalo. Why is this not why is this not we have to do VII. V huh, well, interesting. ABVII. Alright. I'd like to say Hugh Jackman. I'd like to say, um, who really put Mark Ruffalo, Rosario Dawson. Um, Ava. eh, I'm gonna throw in Daniel J. Watts. What do you think about what about comedians who I mean, I'm thinking like Jack Black, The Rock, Kevin Hart, Joe Coy, Chelsea Handler, who really steps up and does a lot of good with their The Rock does a lot. The Rock does he definitely does a lot. I just saw him do something with Microsoft, with Xbox. I wonder how Lin-Manuel Miranda. Uh, Speaking of Latinos, that whole crew, which is America Ferrera and Gina Rodriguez. Who else? Let's think more about superheroes because we have Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Mark Ruffalo, Rosario Dawson. They're all in the superhero world. Sebastian Stan is doing great stuff. Oh, duh, Don Cheadle. He's fantastic and he's very outspoken. Um, I think that's a good start. We don't want to overwhelm it. Those people are on our radar. We have a whole list of people. Superheroes. Well, that was sorry. Superheroes have a lot to lose. Uh, yeah, they put everything on the line. They have a lot to lose. Iron Man lost his team. Scott and Jean could lose each other. Other examples of what superheroes had to lose. Superman could lose Lois. Deadpool and his woman. Um, what's going on? Uh, who who has a lot to lose? I mean, they all do, right? I love when Wolverine had his little daughter movies, and for that movie, and it really gave him something to fight for. Yes, Nate. Um, what are other? For me, gosh, it reminds me of Les Miserables, like the sacrifice. Batman. What about Batman? Batman, he's a billionaire. He could just sit on his laurels and do nothing, but he has so much to lose, but he needs to do it. Hmm. I think we all have a lot to lose, but we focus. That's not true. Hmm. Yeah, those are great moments for me. Wow. Yeah. I guess I could talk more about those. I Are we still in chapter 1, bravery? Yeah, I think we are. Cool. Okay, so those of you who know David Diggs and Raphael, David Diggs he played Lafayette in Hamilton uh and Jefferson. He's starring in Snowpiercer right now. Raphael and David were best friends for, I don't know, 10, 15 years before David got famous. Raphael is a genius poet. He was on Russell Simmons' Def Poetry Jam, and they're from San Francisco area. And when David got famous, Raphael moved to New York, and they created this thing called bars. We'll give some. I have actually an article on them. Link to the article. CBC. Um, so talk about. I'll talk about going for fun. I was there for. It's interesting to me. What was bars? Woman named Veronica. Was severe was I don't want to say anything mean. She was hurtful. I'll say that because she had a high standard of performance. She's very talented, and wanted to look good. There's nothing wrong with that. I come from a supportive, well, I come from an education background. Education. I come from education and experience and s- a supportive community. So when this woman pressured me to change my verse that I had written. She told me not to do a full verse and made me feel less than. Uh, this was as a grown man. I was a grown man and, in a circle of mostly very talented performers. This woman had been on national tours, um, uh, other and so had a lot of the people that were part of bars, very and most of them were very kind. Actually, one of them plays Burr right now on the national tour of Hamilton. Great guy. A lot of great humans, and they, were there to impress David and Anthony Ramos and Jasmine, and a lot of really cool stuff came out of that, but because it was stakes were high, um, stakes were high, uh, because Oak and Anthony Ramos and Jasmine and all came to see our performance. I mean, David and Raphael have some of the most talented friends on the planet. Um, so the first round went was pretty I was pretty self-conscious about it. Um, I was the second last rap to go and didn't do it perfectly on the first bars, and the second bars in return was when she pressured me not to take. And then I'm a grown ass man getting bullied, um, by someone younger than me who is obviously talking garbage to her friends and paralyzing me. It was really difficult. So let me explain the situation, what happened. So bars one happened. I did a Goodwill Hunting with this person, and it went okay. It didn't. Let me talk about Alvaro. Told me later. Okay, so he loved mine. Okay, so let me explain that. So there were a few people that were part of the first bars cohort, which were just unbelievably talented. Just really amazing. This is New York City, so I came. I did mine. It was Goodwill Hunting with Victoria, and, it went okay. It didn't go perfectly, but it was one take. They literally went around the room and, like, did your own scene, and, and I was the second last to go, so I couldn't mess up. Because they would have to go back to the beginning and start over again. So, I did it, and it went okay. I think I, like, m messed up, like, a little bit, but it wasn't that noticeable, or maybe to the crowd. And I think I might have sped up a little bit. But anyway, it got done, and I was part of it, and I was proud of it, and I was really proud to be around such talented people, and especially Raphael and David. Raphael was the kind of the one that had the time to really run it, and he was very supportive and kind. Um, and I want to mention that most of the great, and that comes to the later chapter, great talents that I've met from Wayne Brady to Lynn to um I mean, geez, lots. Robin Williams to I mean, so many cool people. Um are great humans, supportive. Uh this goes to the be humble. Anyway, so this was at the end of the day, the second cohort, uh, we only had, I think I only had 4 lines, which I had to fight for. And then this woman, made me change my half of which I because I was so nervous, I rehearsed that shit, like, for 3 days, like 4 lines over and over and over, so it would be absolutely perfect. And then the day before the show, she made me change my lyrics, like 2 of my 4, uh, my lines, or like 3 of my 4 lines, because she's like, "No, this isn't good, change it to this." And I had drilled that stuff into my head, um, so hard that I couldn't change it. I would just go back to what I rehearsed. Oh my gosh, it's giving me, like, PTSD, to think about it. So I literally went to Jared and I said, "I think you're gonna have to do my lines for me," because I was, like, shaking, and I kept going back to the old lines, and we were gonna perform for the Hamilton people. It was gonna be broadcast live. They had this massive equipment, and I had been on, big sets before and done stuff with, some pretty big people, but the fact that it was live, that David, Anthony, Jasmine, Raphael, all of these huge people were out there. Not only were they there, but the other cohort was there. And they changed my lines. And I am, not a practiced I I hadn't been performing professionally for a decade or 2, like a decade. So I wasn't so practiced. I wasn't in my zone, like in college or, when I was doing it every day. I'm a slow learner. That's something that I know about myself. Memorize stuff and all that. So I've had to work extra hard. So, um, yeah, I did that. And basically the moral of the story is, um I did it. I said, "I got this. I'm gonna do it." And I listened to books and I did these breathing exercises because I had to just come on and do my 4 lines, to come on and do my 4 lines, to come on. And I remember waiting. They were doing the thing, and this one guy, he's so talented and an amazing guy. He was the lead, and they were he was like he played Usnavi in the national tour. Great human. And I would just have to come on. I was one part, like, I was, like, one of the things we were doing The Alchemist, and I just had to come on and just be like, da ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba ba da da ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba ba da da ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da 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 ba da ba 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 da ba da ba ba da ba ba ba. That was it. That's all I had to do. But I remember being backstage, or not even, I remember being on stage, and kind of being on the side, 'cause we were all performing to the camera, and being to the side, and, I remember kind of stepping out of the camera view, um, and and taking these huge breaths, like, and then I delivered my lines perfectly, because the difference between excitement excitement and nerves is breath, and that I know, um, because I've read it and I've practiced it. Um, Now I'm wondering if I wonder if this I don't know. This might get completely chopped from the book, and that's okay with me, because people won't give a shit about, but maybe they will. Maybe they'll go, "Okay, cool. I care about how Rosario or how Hugh Jackman was brave, and I wanna hear about that," or Will Smith is incredibly brave in what he does. Um, but I don't really care about you, and that totally understand. Do I really wanna read about some dude I don't know? Maybe, maybe not. Can I tell the story in a short enough way, and can I tell it, um and can I tell it to give it enough humor? Um, can I give this humor? But the fact that it has David and Raphael and Anthony in it might be enough for people to care. That's my thought. Um, anyway, that's the first moment that I went through. So basically, let me just tell in 1 minute. So bars happened. I did a scene from Good Will Hunting And oh, by the way, that scene from Good Will Hunting, I later was teaching for Freestyle Love Supreme Academy, and one of my students, one of the participants, not my students, one of the participants, Alvaro, who is a fantastic human, brilliant, smart. He was at NYU at the time as an RA. Uh, I believe he's an engineer. He's a computer science guy. So he said, "Oh my gosh, you were in bars when he saw me from when he met me when I was facilitating the class." I said, "Yeah, I was in bars." He said, "You did the Good Will Hunting one? Yo, that was one of my favorite ones, bro." Um, uh, I used to skip. I used to skip forward to that. Um, um, so I used to skip forward to that. Um, which was, after I went through that and I made that little, little tiny mistake that was maybe noticeable, maybe not. Maybe it was noticeable, but he skipped forward to that. There were 10 different monologues and rap scenes, and he said he only watched 3 or 4 of them, which blew me away because I had such insecurity around being around these hugely talented people and then going, "Oh, mine's not hard enough, or mine's not riveting enough, or mine, is not powerful enough." It's like this love story where he's kind of, like, going in his brain. It was the Good Will Hunting scene where, um I have to link to it. It's where he's discovering that his brain is like a piano. I think that would be great. If we linked it to that, that would be cool because we got a lot of coverage. That might also be an opportunity to link to 45 Lives. Alright, that's it, for today. I have to go, but thank you for, being, there, one person, whether you listened or not. I appreciate it. It keeps me accountable, and that's what's important. And I got some stuff done today. I'm very, very pleased with this everyday work. I will continue to do this until this thing is done. It will be done by in 60 days, in 57 days for sure. There's a lot to do here. I do have enough information to write this book. That is amazing that I have enough information to write this book. Uh, that's exciting. Thanks. Have a great day. Check out our other streamers on Twitch. Check out, I don't know who's today, but we have maybe Derek tonight doing race car driving. And we have, I think maybe Marky. I don't know. Check out Comic Book Curious Schedule Network on Twitch. And thanks for dealing with this. Thanks, Nate, for having the idea and showing what it's like. Good job, Nate, to put your money behind, your actions behind your blabbing, because I'm actually doing it. And that I am proud of myself for actually getting this moving. And I think it will really help me and my dreams. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.